going out here to Brown Springs. If you don't know anything about Brown Springs, pretty infamous place here in south central Oklahoma, right? I mean, actually right as you cross into Oklahoma from Texas on I-35. It's on the east side of the road. Lots of nefarious, dastardly things have happened out there. People from south of here, especially, feel like it's a good place to come, I don't know, dump people that they've made not be alive anymore. I'm trying to say this without getting this video banned on YouTube. It's not a good place is what I'm saying. We've been out here a couple times and it feels creepy every time we come out here. So I waited just, till it's fixing to be dark to come out here, because I mean, if you're going to go out and do something like this, it might as well be in a creepy time. That's the way I look at it. It seems like there's a lot of places around here in south central Oklahoma that feel yucky. Does that make sense? They feel not right. We have another 4 or 5 miles. I'm going to shut the camera off and I'll pick it back up when we get there. I want to focus on my driving. Okay. Sit here for a minute and see what I want to do. Okay, so I decided to drive the extra 20 miles or so back to where all this cryptid stuff started. I'll tell you where it is now. Hickory Creek Wildlife Area. It's east of Marietta, Oklahoma. So I'm gonna sit out here for a little while, drink my Sonic drink. Notice I turned the car around so it's easy to go out, because this is back up into the deep dark. I'm gonna sit here as long as I can in the dark, but man, these mosquitoes and stuff are bad. The bugs are already bad out here. Anyway, we'll sit here till after dark and see what happens. I was gonna walk around some, but it's that time of year and I've started wearing flip-flops again, and I just totally brain farted on the fact that I'm wearing flip-flops, and I'd like to have a little more protection than that walking around out here. I'm not afraid of, things biting me or whatever, but if I just don't make it quite as easy for them, that makes sense. I'm hearing birds and stuff, so that's always a good sign. There's an airplane going over right now. I don't know if you can hear that, but other than that, there's nothing going on out here. Go away, mosquito. They love me. My blood tastes like gravy and bacon. The vehicle just drove by. The road's probably 200 yards down that way. I can hear the tires on the gravel and the exhaust. Something happened out here one time that we never even made a video about. When it happened, I wasn't really in the mood to film. You know, I was more worried about getting Rachel and myself back to relative safety. Got back to my son's house in Marietta. We were sitting out here and a vehicle drove by. And, you know, it was dark. And I was sitting in the van editing. Rachel was in the back, which happened a lot. And I heard the vehicle go down a little ways. Then I heard it stop. Heard some talking. Then I heard somebody get out and shut the door. And I heard him say, "Wait here." I heard the vehicle turn around and come back by. Went back by us. And there's one way in and one way out. I sat there and I heard that vehicle leave. And then I heard somebody walking around out over here. It wasn't here. It was just another area here. But anyway, heard somebody walking. Then I heard that vehicle coming back. Anyway, I didn't know what was going on. And I'm not the kind to just wait and see, really, you know. Sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not. I had a feeling that night. Just started the van, and as I was pulling out, the truck was coming back by, and they like tried to stop me. They're like, "Hey, do you have a cigarette?" I'm like, "No." And then they said something else, and I kept going. And they're like, "Hey!" Yelled. So I was like, "I ain't stopping. I don't know what's going on. Got my wife back here." Anyway, I took off. And as I was going, they had their lights on. I saw somebody run out of the bushes, jump in the back of their truck. And then they turned around and started following us. And they followed us a good 7 or 8 miles. And I'll just tell you, called my son. I said, "Hey, I don't know what we're going to come back into at the house. I don't know if somebody's going to follow us or whatever. And you have to know my kids." Ben was like, "All right, we'll lead them back here." I mean, he walked out with his AR, but about a mile or so from the house, they turned off. But like they were following me close, and you know the van doesn't go that fast. If I'd been in this thing, they wouldn't have caught me. So that's something else that's happened out here. Anyway, I'm getting tore up by mosquitoes. I mean, just devastated. Anyway, I'm gonna sit here for a minute and see what happens. Hearing something rustling out in here, but I'm sure it's an armadillo or a possum or any number of South Central Oklahoma creatures. One thing about it, it gets dark quick, fast, in a hurry up in here. Don't kid yourself. It was pretty light 5 minutes ago. Anyway, let's go listen some more. I don't know if y'all can hear the insects in here, but they are rampant. I bet I've knocked 75 and a half mosquitoes off of me. One was really small. Been sitting here. I've heard nothing. I'll just be honest with you. I've heard nothing. And I've said 1,000 times, that's one thing we're not going to do on this channel is fabricate. We're not going to pretend we hear something if we don't. Still a little bit of light out there. Maybe you can see it. Stop. God almighty. Look at this by the light. Yeah. All right, well, I'll sit here. I've done this all I can do tonight. These bugs are just destroying me. And I got these. You can hear the weeds and stuff under the car. Anyway, we'll do this again next week. Out here until we get more vocalizations or hopefully get something on video at some point. Hopefully. Anyway, we really do appreciate y'all watching. We'll see you next time.